everyone, this is Lily Dragon, and today I have a cat ear tutorial for you, posted by request of Krypton Radio. Info and links and all that good stuff is in the box below. Go check them out. We are going to be making these kitty ears. You can adjust them to be whatever species you want. I'm doing cat ears because I'm a cat, and that's how that works. Alright, so first of all, you need a pattern. The pattern I'm about to show you is mostly Beetle Cat's fake fur fox ear sewing tutorial pattern. I have her permission to use it. Link is below. She makes some cool stuff. Go check her out. Alright, let's get patterning. Alright, so first of all, the human head is kind of roundish, as opposed to square or whatever. Yay, we're making ears. Alright, your first line is going to be this line, which is along the side of your head. So you want it to be at a bit of an angle, like so. Your next line is straight up and down. I know it doesn't look quite right, but I promise once you make it, it'll work out. And I can never draw them quite straight up and down, but there we go. And then you connect, and we have, you know, kind of a cat ear looking thing, except ears fold over. So what we need to do is unfold it for our pattern, and so you kind of draw this shape out here. And then connect it down to your thing. Alright, there is pretty much our pattern. It looks a little weird now, but I promise it will fold over and look just fine. Go ahead and round all of the corners out a little bit, especially that one. That's the outside corner of this little ear. This one you want to stay fairly pointed, but you don't need it, you know, super sharp point. But the other ones, round them out. Alright, now go cut that out and then trace it onto your foam, preferably with a ballpoint pen. Foam, here we go. Whatever you do, don't use a felt tip marker. It will get everywhere. Alright, now we have our ear pattern piece cut out of foam, and to get this next pattern piece, we need to attach some tabs. I will show you why. So you want the tabs to be along that bottom line of your ear. Not the same picture, but close enough. You want your tabs to be along that line. So figure out which is that line and then glue 3 little tabs. Now, here is why. Because you need to hang on to it. Take your ear, and realize that this part folds over. So take your ear, set it down on a piece of paper, and use the tabs to hang on to it. And then adjust it however you want your ear to look. Then when you have it adjusted, trace around the outside curve of the ear. Again, don't do this in marker. From that point around to that point. Don't draw any further because you need that measurement to be fairly accurate. Now, you need to connect these 2 lines. And it doesn't really matter how, they just need to connect. I kind of like to do something like that. All you need is just a bulky piece of foam to keep everything where it needs to be. Now that you have this, go cut it out and cut it out of foam. Alright, now you should have these 2 pieces cut out of foam, and I'm demonstrating with paper. Now we need to glue them together to make your ear. Take the pointed skinnier tip and line it up with that outside edge, if it's still going with how I was drawing that pattern. The pointy end to the outside edge. Take some hot melt and just glue them very carefully, a little bit at a time, and work your way around. Now, depending on your pattern, you may have, come on paper, some overlap in this area, some sticky out. The important part is for this tip and this tip to line up. If you have some extra hanging off in the middle or doesn't quite fit, just kind of fudge that area, and any extra, just snip it off. And if you're going to be making more than, one pair of these, go use that carefully snipped off piece to adjust your pattern so you don't have to keep snipping them off. And when they're all glued together, it's going to look something like this. And now you have an ear blank. A note on glue. Use hot melt. It is the best for foam I have found. As you go, use a little bit of glue is sufficient. If you have any overspill, clean it up with a toothpick or something, not your finger because it's hot. So when it's all glued together, make 2 of them. And make sure you have one going each direction. I ended up with several ears all going the same direction. But yeah, now that you have an ear blank, you need to go decorate it. I highly encourage you to go decorate it however you want, but I will show you how I decorate it. Okay, so we have our ear blank and we're going to decorate it. Once again, I really encourage you guys to go out and do your own thing. One note, I haven't had much luck painting foam. So just, go try it. Never know what'll happen, but I've never had any luck. In my case, for these ears, I spray glued the foam and then smoothed some material over and tucked it in, then glued the pink over. Don't forget that the inside of your ear is flat and needs another piece of material to make it look nice. And then I glued some feather fluffies in, and there we go. That's how I decorated mine. Once again, go forth and do your own thing. Now, how to attach your ear to a headband or hair. Leave this part till very last because you have to glue it down, and you just leave it till last. Come here, ears. So take this shape and cut it out of leather. Yes, leather. It is the only material I found that didn't just rip when you pulled on the strings that were going to sew through it. Take your time, go carefully, and use an X-Acto knife to just carefully drill some holes into the leather, unless you are lucky and have, say, a leather punch, or in my case, a drill press. That actually works really well on leather. Now, so you have this and you have some holes in it. You want your holes going across. I tried an X and I just didn't like that one. But across so that they will hold down your headband. So string your string through. In the case of the string, you want something that isn't stretchy. I think that stuff is cotton beading cord. It is not stretchy. Once you're done with that, string it all through, tie it off on the back side, and then you need to glue your piece of leather down to your ear. Best glue I found was E6000. Read the instructions for how to properly use that glue before you glue with it, please. You will need to probably pin it with some clothespins to just kind of hold it together, and you can get away with pinching that one a little bit with a clothespin as well. Let it dry, and then you are good to go with your new pair of cat ears or whatever animal you decided to do. Thanks for watching, and happy crafting!